Hey kids, it's me, Toni Homeperm, with another drag look that I have created for you. Today, we are using the Witching Hour palette from Alien Cosmetics. Yes. The Halloween palettes, they're just not stopping, kids. I don't know what to tell you. It seems like Halloween palettes are the thing for this year, and there were a lot I didn't get. I mean, there was just too many. I don't know how anyone could get all of them. But I had been wanting to try Alien Cosmetics, and when I saw they came out with this Witching Hour palette, I was intrigued, and I said, you know what, we're going to try this one. And it is quite a beautiful palette, very large pans, and it's actually magnetic. And quite easy to remove the pans from the palette if you wish. Not that I would, but if you wanted to, you could. So I think that's very nice that they did a palette like that. Now, as we're looking at it, you can see it's three very distinct color stories. You have your greens, your oranges, and your purples. Well, sort of reddish purple, but purple, you know. Which, of course, those colors are very Halloween. I mean, what's more Halloween than orange, green, and purple? Now, I did swatch it, so I am going to throw the swatches up on the screen for all of you to see. So, when I did these swatches, I decided to go in the order of the color story. So, we're going with the green, then the orange, then the purple. So starting with the first green, we have the shimmer Curse. Then we have Craft, which is a matte sort of lime green. Then we have Herbs, which is a matte primary green. Then the oranges, we have Cord, which is a matte very warm orangey brown. Then we have Grimoire, which is a very orange matte. Sigil, which is an orange shimmer. Then the purples, we have Magic, which is a purple shimmer. Scrying, which is I would call it a maroon, and it's a matte. Then last but not least is Potion, which is a matte purple. Now, as I was looking at this color story, it sort of reminded me of the fact that I had just gone through the BH Cosmetics Poison Shock collection, which is 6 palettes that are all monochromatic. And I said to myself, did Alien Cosmetics basically do the whole Poison Shock collection in just one small palette? And I said, you know what, just for my own curiosity, I pulled out my Poison Shock collection, and I decided to see how it compared as far as color story to the Alien Cosmetics Witching Hour palette. So I'm going to throw that swatch up on the screen for you. Okay, so now if you're looking here at the swatches, the Witching Hour palette is on top. My BH Cosmetics Poison Shock swatches are on the bottom. When we look at the greens, they're really not all that similar. The greens from the Absinthe palette in the BH Cosmetics Poison Shock collection, they don't really match up. So now the oranges, oddly enough, they seem a little close. So the oranges are from the Scorpion Sting collection. And the deepest orange, I guess when it's actually applied, is not too dissimilar from Cord. And then that brighter orange is kind of similar to Grimoire. And the orange shimmer, I think that's called Predator, not too dissimilar from Sigil. So they're a little close. Not dupes or anything by any means. It was just really my curiosity. Then last, the color purple story. Mm, they're kind of close. The BH Cosmetics swatches are actually from two palettes. I think that was the Nightshade and the Ghost Pepper palette. I think that the red, the maroon came from the Ghost Pepper, and the two purples, the purple shimmer and the purple matte, were from the Nightshade. Um, a little bit similar, certainly not, certainly not dupes of each other by any means, but it was just something that I wanted to do for my own reference because I'd just gone through all these BH Cosmetics palettes from the Poison Shock collection. If you have the BH Cosmetics Poison Shock collection, you might feel you don't need the Witching Hour palette. If you get the Witching Hour palette, you probably safe to say you don't need the Poison Shock collection. So that's all I'm saying, that, if you have one, you may not need the other. I, of course, because I am a crazy person, have all of it. So I'm sure you're wondering how I created this very wild look today. And of course, if you're interested in seeing videos like this, where I take a palette and create a drag look, then you need to subscribe to my channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, okay? So now let me roll the camera back in time and show you how exactly I created today's look using the Alien Cosmetics Witching Hour palette. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back and we're ready to start an eye look. I, of course, shaved, did the base foundation, glued the eyebrows down, drew new eyebrows. I used the Witching Hour palette to do the new eyebrows. I used the color Cord and the color Herbs, this green. Cord is a very warm brown, and I wanted to, get some depth. I like the eyebrows to get darker as they extend out, so that's why I used Herbs. And it's not really, I don't think it's really coming off as green because I mixed it in with Cord. I think it just made it a darker tone. So I'm happy with it. So far, so good. Now, I just did like an entire orange look, and right before that did an entire green look, and I've even done purple look. I mean, it's Halloween, so you can't really get away from those colors, or black. But the last look I did was orange, and like the one before that was green. So I guess we're gonna go more purplish. I think that's all we can really do, just because I need to start somewhere. I don't have an exact idea in mind for this look, but let's start by going in with. Okay, let's start by going in with this color, Scrying. I'm going to put that on the outer edge of my eye with a big fluffy Kaleidos brush. Oh, let's tap out those creases. Doesn't matter how good the eye primer base is, it always goes in the creases. So let's start with Scrying. Okay, looks good. I wasn't really sure if I was going to film today. It's the 28th. I have so many things to do for Halloween weekend, and I do have a lot of videos already pre-filmed because I'm trying to keep up a schedule and make sure that at the very least I have videos going up every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and there have been a couple bonus ones thrown in And I do have videos scheduled out past Halloween, even though they are Halloween themed, because there have been so many Halloween palettes that came out this year. And actually today, the day I'm filming, ColourPop's releasing their Nightmare Before Christmas palette, which I said I was going to avoid like the major brands, but that one is really, really nice. It looks really nice. I didn't bother with their Hocus Pocus collection this year's because it just seemed very meh to me. It didn't grab me. But their the Nightmare Before Christmas collection that they're coming out with, it looks really nice. So I think I am going to get that one. All right, so there was scrying. Now I'm going to go in with some of Potion, the purple. And I'll grab a different brush for that. Color switch it off, because who knows what pigment is still on it. So yes, I have a lot of things this weekend. I have my very special Naughty or Nice premiering tonight, which was pre-filmed. Of course, this will be going up after that airs. Tomorrow I have a nursing home show. I have my Halloween sip and paint at the Shabby Tabby. Then early Saturday I have the Halloween brunch with Madison Mansfield, Alexis Flame, Lucia Virginity, Choletta Divine, Sasha Renee, Sandy Hammond. So there's a lot. And Sunday, Alexis and I, we have the Return of the Horror Diva show. So it is a lot. It is a lot for Halloween. It really is. And I really won't have time to film this weekend. It's just too much going on. Okay. I am liking how that is looking. I'm not sure what to do next. Okay, that brush that I was using originally for the purple, for some reason it just wasn't really applying the pigment right. I switched to this a Sigma brush, and it's doing a much better job. So I'm getting a lot more payoff with the pigment. Sometimes certain shadows just apply better with different brushes. So sometimes it's, you might think there's something wrong with the shadow. It's not the shadow, it's the brush. Okay, I'm torn. I mean, what do I do with the inside? What do we do? All right, maybe it's a crazy idea, but let's just throw caution to the wind. I'm going in with Herbs, the bright green. Not really going to blend that with Potion because purple and green don't really blend. So it's just going to be it's going to have to be a hard line there. So let me take a sharp-edged brush. I'm just going to take a little bit more purple. Just going to sort of put a hard edge there. It's just going to stop at one point from being Potion. And go into Herbs. Because you know what? It's makeup and there are no rules. That's all there is to it. And let's just keep at it. Even tempted to put put something there at the demarcation. I mean, why not? Either use a liner or glue a gem down or something. Okay, pigmentation is really, really good. And now I'm going to go in with this lighter green of Craft. I color switched my Sigma brush off because this seems to pick up these pigments really well. Now these can blend into each other because they're both greens. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Just going back in with herbs. Okay. I realize it probably looks very crazy right now, but have to trust the process. Let's go back in with a little more of scrying. For some reason, this Sigma brush picks up these pigments a lot better than my Kaleidos. So I'm just color switching it off every time I want to change colors. Okay, I think I like what I have. I'm going to go off camera, cut the crease, and then we'll decide what to do with the lid and our line of demarcation. Stay tuned. Okay, I am back. I cut my crease on both sides, and on this side I put down some of my Pyrenees Pixie Epoxy, and we're going to start putting some shimmers on the eye. I'm just going to do this eye first. See what we get, how we like it. I'm going to start with the purple shimmer magic. Let's see what happens. We're going to leave a little bit of that white edge at the top. Just using my finger to put a little bit on. Okay, and now color switching that brush. Actually, I have a different brush. We're going to go in with Curse. Okay, that's pretty wild looking. I'm not sure how I like that edge, so we're going to have to do some blending there. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let me hop off camera, do the same thing on this side, and do some blending of that edge and see what we have when we come back. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back, and quite some interesting liner work that we have here. Yeah, I just went back in and re-intensified everything, and I actually used this NYIiiice Epic Wear white liner to do the lines. I mean, probably a cake liner would have given me better control. But the only drawback to cake liners, you gotta go downstairs. I gotta get the water and find the brush, and the convenience of this was I just, you just open it up and you draw it on, and yeah, I know. What can I say? What can I say? But this is what we have so far. It's kind of wild. The liner work is that NYIiiice liner. It's a little gloppy, I have to admit. I mean, you can certainly get a much smoother line with cake liner, but it is what it is. Actually, because I wanted some more depth and darkness on the edge, because I'd already put down scrying, which is a red, I went over it with a little bit of herbs, the green, because, red and green are direct complementary colors, and so it sort of gave me, almost like as if I was putting a little bit of black on. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with this shimmer and liner work. We just got to do the bottom lash, the bottom under eye, and see where we go from there. I think actually, since we haven't used it, the one matte we haven't used, I'll go in with a little bit of cord, and then that orange of Grimoire. Let's see what happens. A little bit of cord there. And then that orange of Grimoire, even though we really just did an orange look. What the hey? What the hey? And you know what? We'll put a little of this gold shimmer sigil on the bottom too. Fortunately, sigil is not really sticking. So let's put a little bit of our fairy epoxy there with a little brush. I'm having a hard time getting sigil to lay down. Let's try a different brush. Okay, I think that's as much as we can do. I've used everything in the palette. So, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish this up, and we're going to come back with a complete look. I hope it pulls together. We'll see. If not, well, I hope you had fun. Oh, okay. Stay tuned. And we're back. And here it is, our finished drag look. What do you think? I wasn't sure that we were going to make it. So this is quite a very different look for me. I like to, keep pushing myself and try different techniques. Makeup is supposed to be for fun, so that's what we did today. We had some fun with makeup, and if you're ever using your makeup and you're not having fun, well then just wash it all off and start over again. And maybe sometimes if you're trying something too complicated, just try doing something simple that makes you feel good about yourself. Like I say, it's only makeup. It washes off. So what did we do to finish off this look? Well, I actually used quite a bit of the palette today. Now, as you know, I don't want to blind you with the mirror. We did use cord and herbs for the brows. Of course, we used all the different colors on the eye itself. I used Grimoire, the orange, for blush with a little bit of cord at the further edge of the cheek. I used Curse, this green, for the highlight. It actually works really nice as a green highlight. Usually I use my Kaleidos laser glazer for green highlight, but on my skin tone, this works, so I'm very happy with it. On the lips, I used my Lunar Beauty Wicked Black liquid lipstick as a base and went back into the palette and used the color Sigil, that orange shimmer, on top of it. And that's basically, in a nutshell, what we did to finish up the look. And then, of course, hair, jewelry, accoutrements. And there you have it. That's my drag look that I created today with the Witching Hour palette from Alien Cosmetics. So, what are my thoughts on the Witching Hour Alien Cosmetics palette? It's a good palette. I found that the mattes actually went on the eye better than they swatched, which is always a great thing. Sometimes you get a palette and the swatches are just like so incredibly pigmented and smooth that it's almost hard to get them off your arm. That wasn't the case with these. But I do have to say, the pigmentation and blendability, once I started applying them to the eye, were really good. So when they say you can't always, tell how a palette is going to be based on the swatches, it's very true. Now, one thing I did note, Sigil, it seems to be a little drier than Curse and Magic. So I had a little bit of difficulty with that color. I don't know why that is. I'm sure if you're putting it on the eye, and I only used a little bit of it on the under eye. If you're putting it on the lid, maybe you'd want to foil it and spray it so that it goes on wet on the eye. I don't know. I didn't really put it on the upper eye, so it's a little difficult for me to say. I did notice that it seemed a little dry because I did put it on the lips. And most of the shimmers that I've been working with lately are very almost creamy, buttery, and so they go on the lip like really easy. This one was a little bit harder. I sort of had to dig a little bit, but it's not a bad shimmer. So I just wanted to say that it just for some reason seemed a little denser. I don't know. Denser, slightly drier than the other two shimmers in the palette. So that was the only slightly negative thing I have to say about the palette. I mean, other than that, everything, all the other colors worked really nicely. So I don't have any complaints, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. So those are my thoughts on the Witching Hour palette from Alien Cosmetics. I have heard that they are rebranding themselves. They're going to be relaunching under a new name for some reason or other. I don't know why. But they are going to be changing their branding. So if you are interested in anything from Alien Cosmetics, I guess you just have to keep apprised of the fact that they are going to be changing their name. So now, of course, if you liked this video, then please hit the like button down below. And if you want to see more videos like these from me, where I take a palette and create a drag look with it, then you have to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below. Please, thank you. Oh, and of course, thank you to everyone who has subscribed of late. It makes me so happy to see that almost every day more and more people are subscribing to my channel. I guess it tells me that maybe I'm doing something right. So thanks again. You can always catch me twice a month on the internet variety show, Naughty or Nice, that I do with the horror diva, Alexis Flame. And don't forget my weekly podcast, God'll Get You for That, Walter, the review show that I do with Tom Cat, where we watch episodes of Maude, the sitcom from the 1970s, which starred B. Arthur, and we laugh about it, we talk about it, we analyze the sociological ramifications, and just have a good old time. So that's all I have for you today, kids. I hope that you enjoyed this video, enjoyed watching me create kind of a wild look today. And stay tuned. There are more videos yet to come. I've got a lot more palettes on the way. So be on the lookout for more videos from me. Bye-bye.